What's going on, guys? Only Boss back with another video, and today we're going to be doing our part 2 as to why your favorite team will most likely not win the NBA championship. We're going to be doing our East edition. I know it took a while for this video to come out, but here we are. We're going to get right into it. We're going to be doing the top 6 teams, so anything under that, sorry, your team just not win the championship. Spoiler alert. The 7 through 10 through the East, is not going to win the championship. Now, I know it is 7 and 8 in the West, but those teams are more, there's more parity in the West, there's more competition out there. The East is kind of sorry, I can't lie. So we're going to be doing the top 6 teams in the East, but let's get into it. Let's start out with the 1-seeded Cavs. My reason was real simple. I just said that teams will probably hunt Garland. I know that there's a work around it because, they have such a good defense with, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and the wings they have off the bench. But, I think back to that, February game, I think they played against the Celtics. And Jayson Tatum, he had like 46 that day. And honestly, it really wasn't on Garland's part. I feel like that day, Jayson Tatum was just going crazy on whoever was in front of him. But I say all that to say, when you play in the East where you're going to have to play the Celtics, Knicks, we got Brunson, Pacers, we got Halliburton, Bucks, we have Dame, Detroit, who has Cade. It's tough. It's tough, being a guard out there. And these guys are really coming at you game in, game out in the series. There's going to be good coaches that, are going to game plan, to really just go at him. That's going to be the game plan. Go at, Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell is also a small guard too, but he's a little stronger, a little bigger, so you can't really attack him as much as you can. But Garland, he's there for sure. So that'll be my reason. We're going to go to the Knicks, and this is real simple. They just can't beat good teams. We've all seen the stats. They're 0-10 against, the top 3 teams in the NBA, in the Oklahoma City Thunder, Cavs and the Celtics. So, playoff basketball is different, but not a single win against those top 3 teams, and you're going to have to, most likely, you get past this match, we're going to have to play against the Boston. It's looking tough, really. I can't lie. So, I don't see the Knicks going far this postseason, to be honest. For the Boston Celtics, it's real simple. If JB or JT get hurt, that's the only reason I can see them not winning a championship. This team's so good. They got everything. They got good coaching. They got good depth. They got good star play. And right now, JB is actually hurt. There's a report that he had some injections in his knee or whatnot, but coach has came out and said that he won't miss any time in the playoffs. So hopefully he can be healthy when it starts. But that's the only reason I see them not winning the championship if one of those two get hurt. Here to the Bucks. I guess my reason would just be that Dame's hurt right now, and we don't know when he's going to be able to come back, if he's going to be able to come back. Hopefully, but my other reason would be if he were to come back, I just think that Giannis and Dame, they just can't coexist. Honestly, I've seen the stats. Dame's on and off numbers and Giannis on and off numbers, and they're both better off when the other is not on the floor. So I don't know how they're going to be able to coexist on the floor together. Back and forth basketball isn't winning basketball in the playoffs. I think we've seen that many times. We've seen many greats talk about that. And there's a ceiling to this team when both stars can maximize each other's potential. I'm going to probably make a video later on about why I think, the Bucks kind of panicked after they lost to the Miami Heat that one year in the playoffs. But this is a byproduct of that. And, we'll see what happens. But that would be my reason why the Bucks won't win the championship this year. The reason the Pistons won't win the NBA championship this year is just, they're just too young. They've had a great season. I honestly kind of predicted their success. I thought they'd be better than last season, of course. I thought they'd be them playing. But I also didn't factor in the fact that the East is sorry as hell. So them being playing is actually a playoff spot. So shout out them. But, they're just too advanced. I mean, they're just too young. More advanced teams will probably just load up on Cade. They're going to play the Knicks in the first round. So I think Tom Thibodeau is going to say anybody but Cade. And if, Ron Holland gives us 25, then so be it. But yeah, I think teams are just gonna load up on Cade and see what the rest can do. And finally, for the Pacers, actually it was kind of tough coming up with this one because I don't know if you guys know, but ever since the new year came in, the Pacers are actually the 5th best team in that rating, or 4th best team, I believe. They started out 10-15 and ended up 40-17, getting to 50 wins. And they're a really good team. Halliburton, Siakam, one of those guys are going to be on my All-NBA list. You're going to see that video later. But for me, I just had to say that Rick Carlisle, he makes questionable decisions sometimes as a coach. I was going through the subreddit, and their friends are not too fond of him. I mean, you can say that about a lot of teams, but I'm watching the Lakers game, and he made a questionable decision taking out Halliburton, or not putting him in on that final possession or whatnot. And things like that can kill you in the playoffs. When you're going against great teams who are great coached and things like that. So Rick Carlisle just got to be on his stuff more. So we'll see. That's all for today. My NBA awards video will be coming out this week, so be on the lookout for that. And we will also, hopefully be making a playoff preview video. So watch out for those. I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.